Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm gonna go over my Salad earnings update after the new version update 1.7.5. So turn down the sound a little bit down. Okay, so what happened is I opened all 10 rigs right here. So I'm gonna go over my rig set, basically the rig configurations. So I have one 3090 on i9 processor. It's a 10th generation 10900K, I believe. Then I have i7, that's 11 generation, and all of these i7s are 11 generation. And then I have i5, 3 of the i5 processors, and they are, I believe, the also 10th generation or 11th generation. So actually no, there's 2 of them is older, probably 9th generation processor. So anyways, regardless the processor, I have 3090 card, 4070 Ti, 3080 Ti, and then the rest of the rigs 3080s. Also, in terms of the RAM, I have this RAM listed 128 gigabytes, 2 of the first rigs. Then I have 64 gigabytes, 32, 32, 32, 64, 32, 40, and 64 at the last one. And also I have 1 terabyte hard drive on this 2 and on the last one. Everything else is 500 gigabytes, all NVMe drives, so they're all super fast hard drives. And I also have the network. I mean, my internet is should be 1,000 megabits upload and download. So let's check it out again. My speed lately, there been a little bit drops. I don't know why, because I'm on the optical fiber optics. See, like it's when the Salad starting to download heavily on multiple rigs, I noticed there is a drop. So right now one of the machines is downloading the job. I'm gonna show you guys which one of this. So this one, looking for job. I'm gonna open all of this. This one running the job, looking for the job on number 8. It was just downloading on one of the job. 7 start running the job. It was downloading just recently, actively running. What else here? Salad looking for the job. And which is after this update, you can actually see what's going on the Salad, which is really helpful because now you could see this message there, what's exactly happening with the status of your rig, right? So it's been in and out. It's not any more stable or not stable. It's just informational. So there's nothing changed in terms of the more loads. Oh, right there, see, it's downloaded job data on my rig number 2. So pretty sure it's downloading probably a large file. Yeah, it's 120, 115 gigabytes. So, and once it starts downloading it's pretty much like using the full speed to download, but it doesn't take too much time. Usually could be several minutes because it's a large 120 gigabyte to download. It's pretty large file sometimes, right? So by doing that, my speed kind of drops. Look, upload, it's 906 megabit, 23 downloads, which is ridiculous. Usually I have download a lot better, but while it's downloading, I can't see, like, it's really trying to get through on the speed test.net, but just having hard time while it's downloading on the other machine on the same router. So I can try to do on my computer here, see, because I connected on a different switch. And just to test it out, if my switch has to do with anything like that, let me see here. can I get? And this is on Wi-Fi, so it wouldn't go all the way. It's probably gonna go to 400 if I am on a separate. Yeah, so see, I can get here on the 400. So that makes me think the switch, it's reducing the speed somehow there, because I can get on Wi-Fi 400, but my machine, for some reason, limiting to 130, which is supposed to be like going to 800 at least, right? Oh, right there. Now it's going to 900 easily, see? So that make me think now that on this number 2, it was downloading, so it's probably finished downloading. Still showing downloading job data. This process can take a few minutes depending on your connection speed. So my guess here, it's maybe just finished downloading. It just didn't update, and now I'm getting the better speed there. So I'm not 100% positive, but that's my guess. Anyways, I just want to go over the rigs, how they perform after update. So yeah, look. Now the speed shows up to 900 megabit per second, so looks like it's pretty typical what I should have. So 900 upload, 900 download, should be a pretty good speed there. I mean, to me it looks good, but the same upload, download. So yeah, it is like a 90, between 80 and 90 less than I'm supposed to get at the router on the fiber optics, but I guess there is a drop. They explained me that I'm gonna experience, you know, between lose about 10%, because after the router going to the switches, and then through the switches I have this a little bit of the loss of the speed. If I connect directly to the router fiber optic, I still getting like 990, so not quite full 1000 megabits, but on the test, if I go directly to router and test, it's showing me 1100 megabits, which is interesting. Anyways, regardless, that's my internet speed, if you're interested in like what speed I'm running. So now, so this is on job number 1. This is 3090 actively running the job. So let's check how much this job paid. 262. So that's pretty typical on my 3090 with 128 gigabyte of RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive, and 3090 GPU. So GPU use about 50% now, about 9 gigabyte, jumps to a couple times already 12 gigabytes. So yeah, just doing some work. So it's going up and down using 48 gigabyte of RAM. Second machine was, it's still showing downloading job data. This process can take a few minutes, so it's not quite doing the job yet. So my guess, or maybe it did not update quickly there yet, but let's check it out if we can see if there is estimate for this job yet. So I'm gonna copy this file. By the way, I have link for that. Showing $1.30, but that's like a 1032. That's an hour ago. So it finished that container probably, and now it's starting a new job. So it's probably gonna be a $1.30 job again, even though it's on the 4070 Ti with 128 gigabyte of RAM, and this one is 500 gigabyte of hard drive. So I don't know if their hard drive is the issue. Maybe I need to get a larger hard drive on this machine. And this is 4070 Ti, so it only has 12 gigabyte of video RAM. So we'll see what this job gonna be downloading and what kind of job once we start actually doing the job on number 2. Number 3 is 3080 Ti, and it's using 46 almost gigabyte of RAM. This is 1 terabyte hard drive with the 3080 Ti card. So let's check it out. What's our earnings prediction on this card? We're gonna copy this line just in case it's not there in the memory. Okay, so $1130, $32. So that's again typical for 3080, but also 3080 Ti doing the same Looks like on 12 gigabytes, doing the same as 10 gigabyte card, which is kind of weird. Usually you see better. So this one using 46 gigabyte of 64 gigabyte of RAM. This is 1 terabyte hard drive, and yeah, 3080 Ti. That's i7 processor, 11.7 with the 8 cores, 16 threads. So not a large processor. I noticed that Salad, not really CPU much based, it's more of a GPU. I'm getting about the same on the i5 jobs that's on the i7 with the less threads. So I think it's more of a GPU. I've got some comments that Word coin mining is more of a CPU based, and then Salad is more of a GPU based. So it looks like if you have better GPU, more video RAM, that's where you have a better chance of getting more of a load. So this is like a medium or small loads, $30 to $262 is medium, and then high priority jobs are like $5 jobs and stuff like that. That's on 4090. Right, so this rig number 3. Now go to rig number 4, and all the rest of my rigs are 3080 cards. So this one running on 32 gigabyte of memory. So notice it's using 30 gigabytes, almost full memory. And this one is only 500 gigabyte hard drive, and that's 3080, and it will be running probably on the same $30 job. So really, yeah, $30, 1130. So that's the latest update. So you could see there is really no difference between 3080 Ti and 3080 job, maybe 2 cents, which is ridiculous. Almost no difference, right? And also I have only 32 gigabyte of RAM here versus of the 64 gigabytes here. So kind of weird, but pays only 2 cents extra for double RAM and 1 terabyte hard drive. So make me think like maybe the just the VRAM 2 gigabyte does not give a lot of option there. A lot of RAM didn't give me a lot of extra, but maybe keeping the rig a little bit more busier. I don't know, that's just my guess. All right, going to the next one, number 5. So number 5 is looking for a job compatible with my hardware. So currently not doing anything, and we can confirm by adding the command here and running it. Yeah, 10:36, it's finished the last container, looks like about an hour ago, and still looking for a new job. So they're not doing anything on number 5. Number 6 looks like running 27 gigabytes, so there is a job running currently, and we're using 27 of 32 gigabyte on my 500 gigabyte hard drive with the i7 processor, same processors I have until we get to rig number 7 or 8. So let's check the next one, rig number 7 here. 64 gigabyte of RAM on 3080, and that's also 500 gigabyte hard drive. The CPU here also i7, so exactly same CPU with this 8 cores, and does it do the job? Looks like it's using 20 gigabytes, so solid actively running on the job. So only using 20 gigabyte of 64 with the same hard drive as previous. So let's check and see if it's a different pay for this job, because it's a little bit more, using a lot less of the memory. All right, we're gonna copy this. I usually do Control-A, Control-C, and we'll just paste it here. Showing 10 cents, and that's an hour and a half ago. So our earnings here in the log not updated, even though it's showing that it's running the job. So that's really questionable here. Is this really actively running the job, or this rig it's got stuck because there's no log updated? It's kind of questionable to me. So my ID is the 17, start with 77 and 17. Yeah, it's number 7. So let's go and check my rig there. Gonna select only one rig there and see what's going on. So yeah, it shows 0 for the last 3 hours. So brings me to the next. There was a little job there, it jumped and dropped, jump and drops, so not very stable on that rig number 7. Let's go back to that 7. So it's a newer version, 1.7, 1.5, all of the rigs I updated. It shows using 20 gigabyte of RAM. It shows that it's actively using the job 10 cents. Nothing reports on the salad, so make me think that's something going on there. This just stuck on, almost like it's frozen, right, on something. Let me look. GPU RAM 04. Yeah, looks like there is no changes really on the WSL Ethernet. There is a Ethernet change there, but maybe because I'm accessing this via the yeah, looks like everything's stuck there everywhere, so makes me think that the rig may be stuck on something or it's crashed by. So I'm gonna just restart this rig because it totally looks crashed. There's no really being any access to the log, and also there is does not show any job running in the salad here on the 7. It's 7 kind of struggling getting the job lately. It's something going on maybe with my hardware, or overall it's just being crushed by the load, wherever load it's been submitted to, so, or container. So let's go to number 8 now. Number 8 looks like really it was doing something, but I guess it just started looking for a job, so it did not pick up recent container. So let's do again, run. I'm gonna do select OK, and let's check this out. Some reason didn't copy that command completely. Control A, Control C. All right. Yeah, 10:22, last container was finished about an hour ago, a little bit over an hour, and I have not picked up a new job. So yeah, this one is hopefully properly reporting because it's looking for a job at least. So the data changes here. Doesn't look like it's stuck completely because I could see the CPU use changes, so we have percentage change, everything just kind of going. So mem process not gonna work until we get container. So really, as long as my WSL Ethernet here active, we are open to get the job. So I guess this report more of accurate on number 8. So we go to number 9. This one using 24 gigabytes of 40 gigabytes, and look like the Ethernet WSL completely like busy, right? So this should be using the something, yeah, actively running the job. So let's check it out. All right, so yeah, the latest report, $30 job estimated, so predicted earnings. So looks like yes, it does run the job. So number 9 should be fine, even though the job, see, like the more memory I use, 500 gigabytes on this one, the CPU on this i5, so only 6 cores, and it still pay out as I get on my i7, or it would be same on i9 if I would run 3080. So really need the GPU for salad just to be maximized. So my 3080 is maybe doing even not as good as I could get 3060 with 12 gigabyte and run. So using cheaper GPUs and run the same. I need to test it. I don't have any regular 3060, only 3060 Ti, which is only 8 gigabytes. So that's why I kind of using this, and probably with 3060 use a lot less power. So that would be also important to test. Next one is number 10, looking for jobs. So obviously this one will not show anything. Let's test it and run. Yeah, the last job was finished at $1.30 about an hour ago. So looks like an hour ago I had a bunch of jobs, and now this this one is not doing anything. Number 10, what is it, B3? I want to check here as well what's the B3 was doing an hour ago. Yeah, looks like it dropped, finished the job a little bit over an hour ago, probably 2 hours, but it was doing pretty well. It was doing constant job, and then it kind of picked up something more to 1 cent per hour, which is almost like $2.40 a day, which is not very usual for 3080. Anyways, yeah, look at this card. AD is my 3080 Ti. Also not very stable. 3080 Ti is crazy, going up and down. Looks like this is just picked up the job, the 81. That's what we looked at, number 8. And the number 7, I just restarted, right? Number 7. So hopefully, let's go back to that number 7. And we'll see if it's picking up the job. And what else? This is now the 4070 Ti. Yeah, kind of working weird. So that's just picked up the job, number 2. Wow, this one running pretty smoothly on 5 cents. So that is 24-hour job. So that's $1.30. And AO is my AO. That's number 4 rig. So yeah, that's 3080. So now you could easier to find. I already kind of have them labeled, all my machines there, so it's easy to see. So that's pretty much it for my update. Let's see if number 7, one more thing that I was gonna show you is after restarting the rig a lot of time now with the new updates from 1.73, I have issue with Ethernet WSL getting started. See, like same issue here. It did not automatically start, which means it's gonna just sit there and may never get the job. I don't know, that's just in my opinion. I'm not 100% positive, but I noticed that if Ethernet WSL not running, I may have no luck. Yeah, 66 gigabyte, not large, usually gets replaced. But what I typically would do, I would just go here and configure hardware and disable and enable back GPU. Typically that helps to start the MM process, and if it does right there, then my Ethernet WSL working, but not always. Lately there was I having a problem getting this WSL starting on some of the machine, not all of them. I had to reinstall Salad on few. Some of them would start from beginning by itself, so I don't really know what causing that not to start. When I restart the computer initially, once it starts and get going, it's usually no problem. It will initially run VMM, virtual memory process, and then it will just disappear. So it's kind of testing the network usually, like VMM starting first, and then it will activate the Ethernet. And now when it's looking for a job, it's actually looking for a job compatible with hardware, because if you don't have WSL, I noticed just gonna say it's looking for a job, but it's maybe not. So I don't know, that's just my guess there. Been asking the Salad team, not this specific issue, but I was asking if I need to have the VMM process always running. So the reply was, I don't need that. It's only gonna activate it. The process will be automatically activated when the Salad getting the job, running the job. So when it's looking, it's not gonna have VMM process running. Right now it's just on the test because I just restarted the computer and I activated the GPU. So after maybe a few minutes, this process will disappear if I don't get the job within that time, but my Ethernet WSL will be active here, and hopefully it will find the job, and then VMM will automatically be active. Okay, so that's That's it for this update, guys. Click the like button, come back for more of this content, and we'll see you on the next one.